Good morning. I'm going to do some yoga. You are welcome to follow along. We're going to start with our feet firmly into the ground. Make sure your posture is erect. Your shoulders are back and they're down. You're very loose in your body, but at the same time, you're very sturdy and you're rooted and grounded into the floor. Feel as if the top of your head is going straight up to the sky. Open through your lungs, open through your diaphragm, open through your entire core. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel an expansion laterally. Inhale. Exhale. Push the air out with the force of your diaphragm. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Prayer. And I want you to feel a slight bit of tension through the center from the pelvic floor all the way up to the top of the head. Feel as if your lower pelvis is tight. Start pressing even more as if a vacuum was being created through your center. Move it past your solar plexus, open through your heart, your throat, and all the way out the top of your head. Let's take a breath, being conscientious of those centers. Inhale and exhale. You can make a sound as you exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, both arms up. Prayer once again. This time we're going to do a nice mountain pose. Your arms go straight up overhead. And I want you to feel as if your shoulder blades were pulling back, opening. Your chest was lifting up. You're going to thrust your hips forward as you arch slightly. Hinge your hips forward as you do this arch. Inhale, expand and open. And I want you to feel as if most of the weight of your body is moving forward onto your toes. Your knees are soft. You're not sinking into your lower back. You're lifting out of your lower back. And you're lifting your torso way up. Hold. Exhale. You should have been holding that whole time I was explaining. You can brace yourself on your thighs as you go down. Roll your head down, stretch your hamstrings. You can either grab your ankles or just press firmly onto the ground with your palms. Now, of course, if you don't have that flexibility, you can always stay here. Try not to push your knees into a hyperextended stretch. Keep your knees loose. Release if you can. Fold yourself, what we call flexion in your spine. Pull. And now, hands on your shins and lift and extend that torso and feel as if your hips are going back. Chin level. I don't want you to be up with your neck and I want you not to drop your head. It needs to be in alignment with your spine. Hold it. Inhale through your belly. Exhale, you're going to flex again. Drop down. You're going to slide your right leg back. And you're going to wiggle into a deep lunge. Now, if you can't get down that low, come up a little bit more. You can even hold your balance in this posture if you can't get down on the ground all the way. Try to hold and stretch through your hip flexor, lock your back knee. Belly button into your spine. See if you can plank and push both legs out into a nice straight plank. Now you don't want your back arched. You don't want a sunken in lower back. You want to be feeling as if your hips were piked up somewhat, but you do want to squeeze your glutes tight. Now you're going to bend the knees, soften your feet open your knees apart so that you can start pushing back into a child's pose. Now, I have very limited flexion in my left knee, so I can't get my hips down to your heels, but try. You probably can. So here we go. Go to the lengths that your body allows you to go to. You want to settle in this posture by kind of opening up your hips. You should be able to just release the hip joint, feel a minor stretch through the inner thighs, feel retraction in your spine. You can even put your palms in a nice straight position so that you really maximize the stretch through your thoracic spine, forehead on the ground. Now, if you don't have that flexibility, and this is as far as you can go, that is absolutely okay. Go to your most extended stretch. Now, you're going to shift your body weight forward. Now, I'm on my elbows. You can resituate yourself to come down onto the ground if you'd like. Place your hands and your toes on the ground. And you're going to bear down into the floor with your palms. If you can only come up to a half cobra, that's fine, but you're going to really squeeze your buttocks tight. But if you can stretch further up, lock your arms, and feel like you're dipping your hips in, excellent. Chin up. Kind of stay there for a moment. Knees are going to soften. You're going to relax your toes, and you're going to stick your butt up as you bring your chin down. Hold it. And then you're going to push back again into that child's pose. I open up my knees to get as far back as I can. Remember, you can do like a karate chop with the position of your arms and forehead on the floor. If you can't, you can just be here. And some of you may not have been able to get up off cobra, so you may be here. Just push yourself up to all fours and come back here. I need you to slip your hands right under your shoulders. You're going to flex your toes, prop yourself up into down dog. Press your hips way back. Now, if you're here and can't do that, just do slowly. One foot, then the other foot. You may want to bring one knee in, push up, press back. Now, you can either walk in slowly, or you can hop in and place your fingertips under your toes, sink into your seat, lift your chest up. I want you to try to keep your back as flat as possible on this. So when you're here, I like to try to align my elbow to my knee. I like to keep my head, neck, and chin up, and really feel most of the load into my quads. Hold, inhale and exhale. Now one arm up and then the other, and you want to go into your chair. Okay, you want to sink into the floor with your heels. You're really holding yourself up with your quads. Belly button into your spine. Now dig down into the floor, into your feet. That extends your knees up. And then you're going to shift your hips forward, and you're going to do that slight lift in that lower back, that push forward through your hips. And you're going to stand into that mountain and slight back bend. Open those arms out. Shift your hips back. And then everything stacks one on top of the other if the initial movement comes from the hips. So if you're here and you want to shift back, don't do the head first. Shift your hips back first, and then you'll feel how everything stacks one on top of the other. Deep breath, inhale, prayer. Inhale again, exhale. Good. Nice way to start the day. One foot back, you're going to go into warrior one. Super easy stuff. You're stretching that hip flexor. you're placing your foot behind you so that the flat of your foot is an anchor. So there's a slight rotation of your knee outward. Those of you who are strong enough to bend down really low and create a 90-degree angle with that knee, go for it. You can anchor yourself here if you need to. If you can't get down that low, that's fine. Where can you go? Lock the back of that knee. Feel like you're bearing down into the floor. The more strength you drive into the ground, the more flexibility your body's gonna have. Just trust me on that. Squeeze your glutes tight. Belly button into your spine. Inhale up. Now remember, those of you that are advanced, come on, get down there. Those of us who need to take it easy, come up here. Hold it now. Same concept. Remember when I told you mountain? You lift up and out, same concept here. You lift forward, up, and back. Forward, that's driving you down, up with that chest, and back. Hold, lift, open, balance, push from your back foot. So you have to go from the ball of your foot and push forward where all the load is going to be on your front leg. Let's do that again. You're here. I want you to balance on that front leg. You push off that foot. See how I have to shift my weight to do that? And then come up. That's kind of hard for me because I have a bad knee. Inhale up. Exhale. Left leg back or right leg, whichever one you haven't done yet. Into your warrior one. Remember, those of you that are advanced, get down there. Okay? Inhale. Adjust. If you need to come up higher, that's fine. Remember, down, forward and up, and then back. You're lifting your body upward at the same time. You're driving your feet, rooting them into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Open out. How are you going to get up? You're going to push off the ball of your foot. You're going to have all your weight in your center. And you're going to drive up. This is my stronger leg, so you could see I was a lot steadier on that side. So what does that mean? I have to develop strength on my left knee. I have to do that by creating stronger thighs. I'm going to have to do weight training there so I can create a denser muscle so that it can fortify the joint that feels unstable. Let's see how we can do that. Inhale again. Exhale. Inhale, one more. Exhale. All right, we're going to step back a little bit. Separate your feet so that they're hip width apart. I'm going to do stuff to help strengthen that knee of mine. So I'm going to bend into that chair pose. Hold, and I should feel a good long stretch in my Achilles. I'm driving my heels down, getting as low as I can. Hold. From there, I'm going to elevate. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't feel balance. You're going to elevate up onto the balls of your feet. Hold. You're going to balance and slowly squeeze and rise. Once you're up to the top, heels come down, palms together. Thrust your hip forward. Let's do that mountain again. Thrusting the hips. Remember, you want to feel the hips go forward towards your toes. Rise up. Release those arms. Shift the hips back. Stack. When your chin is level, inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. I'm going to separate my feet. I'm going to do squats. So I'm going to go down and up into that chair and then do it about 20 times so I can start working that thigh. Here we go. Now, the other thing I'm doing here is I'm putting a little more workload on my left side because that's the one that's weak and that's the one that needs to take most of the load. So in essence, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of shifting my weight to that left leg more so than my right. Subtle, because if you look, I look pretty even, but I'm really working that left leg a lot more. Inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze your glutes, lock your knees at the top, keep your posture. We've got 10 more. I breathe in, I breathe out. Lock those shoulders down. Let's do 5 more. And shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Prayer. Inhale, up. Exhale. Now, I want you guys to pick a leg. Which leg do you feel is weaker? Whatever leg you feel is weaker, start shifting onto that leg. And we're gonna do 5 single-legged squats without letting the other leg touch the ground. Shift back and hold, and come up. You're only gonna do one leg, so pick a leg. Which one needs more work? We're usually never symmetrical. It's getting really, really tired. And I'm feeling a little imbalanced, but I'm gonna do my last one. And I'm gonna relax. So it's starting to feel like it's inflaming a little bit here, so I'm gonna pull back, shake it out. It's okay, I'm not gonna die. You aren't either if there's something going on. We're gonna get through this together, I promise. Let's just balance a little more, go up on our toes, and squeeze your glutes tight. We're working our calves, but you're also working on your balance. There should be a small bit of tension, not tight, 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 but kind of in between. Like if you were on a graded scale from 1 to 10, you should be at a 5 with the contraction through your core, through your lower pelvic floor, through your glutes, and through your quads. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Hold, pick a leg. Which one's weaker? Think you can do 5 with 1 leg? Let's try. Relax. That was hard for me. All right, shake it out. Right leg, more balance. Arms out. You're going to just lift the leg slightly off the ground and you're going to circle your ankle. 10 in one direction. 10 in the opposite direction. And change. 10. Reverse. Relax, shake it out. I'm feeling like I need to stretch my quads out because we've done so much with the front thigh. And since we're balancing, let's go into tree and we'll move into stretching those quads. So you're gonna place one foot on your opposite thigh. Now, if you cannot bring that foot up that high, you can put it here and be stable and on the ground, I don't care. Or you may want to bring it up a little higher. If you put it on your knee, try not to really push hard against the knee. Try to actually just kind of Go a little bit above the knee. Inhale, exhale, find your focal point. Find a point to focus on and keep your eyes there. Inhale and arms up. Open them out, palms out like if you were a tree. Hold it. Now if you feel stable enough to close your eyes, do that. Not easy. Come back, palms together. It's challenging, but we'll do it on the other side. Here's my bad side, because I don't have full flexion on that knee, so this would be my cup of tea. This is challenging, but it's okay. This is a lot more challenging. I can't get it up there on my own. I have to do this and help it. Okay, and I am pushing hard into that thigh, but I'm above my knee, so my quads can take it. And I'm above that joint, so I'm not trying to dislodge the alignment of that joint. You want to avoid that. So actually me pushing in is strengthening my legs so that it allows me to flex more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale into your tree, hold, in a balance. You feel like you can. Whoa. Close your eyes. Here, I thought I was going to do better on that leg because this is my strong leg. I'm going to try it again. Wow. Okay, so I actually need to work on my balance more on this side than on this side, and this is my weak leg, and I went, no problem. This is not my weak leg, it's actually my strong leg, but because this leg has a problem with flexion, I'm totally off balance. And I have to work harder to use this leg to be my rock, because this leg isn't helping me much. So, that's okay. I just have to keep working on figuring out a system to balance that imbalance out. All right, that's what yoga is all about, finding balance. And it should translate into your life. Where in your life are you not balanced? And there's three major categories in your life. There's love, there's money, and there's health. The most important is your health, because you can't have the other two without the health. So find in your life, where are you healthiest, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10, a 10, and where are you in the other areas, and then try to match everything up to a 10. Why not? All right, let's do warrior 2. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to take your right leg back, just like you did for your warrior 1. Those of you that are really, really strong and advanced, you can really make sure that you're deep into that front leg, into a super low squat, a good 90 degrees. The back knee is straight. You should feel a stretch in your hip flexor. Your chest is open. Your arm goes right over your knee. Your chin follows the line of your arm and hand. Your eyes focus out beyond your fingertips. And your chest is up, your shoulders are straight forward. This is a warrior pose. It's strong. This is strength. You're the warrior princess. Fighting the dragons. Hold. Sometimes life comes at you pretty hard. But you are resilient. Elbow comes down and you bend. Just like a tree bends in the wind. You go with the forces of nature so that you don't try and go against it and break in half. Flow with the force. Inhale. Exhale as you do, you're gonna lock into that knee and you're gonna slide down into a triangle. Now, if you can't go all the way down, this is fine. But if you have the flexibility to reach down into the ground, do that. And for today, let's just come in. Rotate your full body so that you pull the ball of the foot up on the ground. Your heel is up. You're dropping down so you're getting a maximized stretch in that hip flexor. Go ahead and place your hands on the knee and see if you can balance. And come up. Now, if you can't come up, you can stay here. Or you can have one hand drop in a little bit more, but keep the other hand on the ground. But if you can balance and just hold here, I'd love that. See if you can look up, chest up. And now let's fold ourselves forward, move into a plank. And take your opposite knee in. Drop into that side. Place your hands, and we're gonna come up on this side and do the whole thing reversed. So you're gonna end up in Warrior Two. As we come up from the ground, bear down, inhale, exhale. From here, you guys, all you're gonna do is rotate out. And you're gonna sit into that Warrior Two. Arms are out. Chin is over that arm. Your eyes are looking out beyond your fingertips. Warrior Princess. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Bend and stretch. Peek under that arm. Go ahead and start pressing into a triangle. You must push into the floor. And if you have the flexibility to come down and rotate looking up. Bend that front knee. Bring both arms down, rotate back again. This time, plank with the other leg. Hold. Inhale, exhale, take your right leg up. And you're gonna cross towards your opposite elbow. 8, 7, 6, stop and rest. If you need to, 4 more. If you need to just rest, the rest of you do 4 more. Everybody plank, hold. If you need to rest, you may. If you can hold that plank, stay, other leg up. 8, here we go. From here, down dog. Heels drive into the floor. You might want to wiggle your hips back and forth. Press those wrists firmly into the ground. If your wrists hurt, you may want to just do it on your fingertips to keep those wrists straight. But do what you can. Shift those hips way back. You're really trying to retract the shoulder blades. Dig the heels firmly into the ground. Now feet together, right leg straight up. And walk into a pigeon pose. Slide one leg back. And if you want, just hold and press. Gently, you're going to bring your back leg around. Cross knee over knee into your sacred cow. You may want to make sure you're lined by coming forward and making sure that you line one knee in front of the other. And then open those legs wide so that you can fit your hips between those heels. Cup your arms so that your fingertips are cupping underneath your toes. Bring your elbows into your waistline. And this is a great hip opener. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And see if you can't feel that you're settling into the floor. Just sit. I know the hips hurt, but breathe into it. So take your breath into your hips. Inhale. Or if your knees hurt, take your breath into your knees. I don't want you to take it to a sense of real excruciating pain. If there's a little discomfort, okay. But if there's pain, release. Don't go against the pain. Go with it. What's it telling you? And unwind. You're going to take the leg all the way around once again. Settle into your pigeon once more. Hands under your chest, elevate your chest. And flex your back toe. Once again to your plank. Hold it. Down dog, press those heels down. Wiggle those hips right and left. Bring your feet together, lift your left leg. Way up. Three-legged dog. Walk it into your pigeon. Now this is my bad knee, so I don't have the same flexion on this side as I do on the other side. So I have to work with my limitations. I may not be able to balance here well, but I'm gonna attempt it. This is the best I can do. Not that it doesn't feel uncomfortable, it does. Is it excruciating pain? It is not. I can deal with it. Am I hurting myself? I am not. I know that. If I was hurting myself, my survival instincts would kick in and I'd get out of the position. But it's not hurting me. Do I have the strength and do I have the endurance and do I have the mindset to push through something that's uncomfortable? Yeah. Is it going to kill me? Doubt it. No. The answer is no. And is it going to make my knee worse? No. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? You're going to swing that leg around. See, now next time I push that bad knee into that same posture, it'll remember, oh yeah, I've done this before. It didn't hurt me. It didn't get worse. She didn't die. We can do it again. So with each success, you become a little stronger. Elbows into your waist. Your hands hook underneath your toes. You are retracting your shoulder blades. You're in that in-between stage. Remember, on a gauge from 1 to 10, how tense should you be? You should be at a 5. You're not completely loose like a noodle. You're not tense as a steel pole. You're right in the middle. You're sitting into it. Where is your block? Where is your stoppage? Where is it that your hips are saying, I can't move that way? Sit into it and say, okay, well, where can I move to? You know? Are you shifted more weight into one side than the other? You are because of the position that you're in, but you're going to try and neutralize that by pressing the opposite hip that feels like it's a little bit lighter off the ground, not as penetrating into the floor as the other. Try to drive that one into the ground. Inhale and exhale. You're going to release that front leg out and around, back into your pigeon, locking that toe, dropping your body, lining your torso, with that front thigh. If you can get your forehead on the ground, great. If you can't go that low, you can be here, or you can be here. It doesn't matter. Where is it that you feel like you're maximizing your stretch? Hands under your chest, elevate. Hook your toe back behind you. Plank it once more. Down dog. Knees bend, all fours. Cat and cow, you're going to relax your toes, and you're going to round your back, and you're going to release it. And again, turn around so you guys can see me. Round your back, and arch it. So when I'm arching, I'm also retracting my shoulder blades. When I'm rounding, I'm protracting my shoulder blades. I'm tucking my chin into my collarbone. I'm squeezing my buttocks. Inhale, I'm dropping my belly like a pregnant cat. And exhale, suck it in, belly button into your spine. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Come neutral, bring your knees in together. Point your right toe back, lift it up, bend that knee. And see if you can't balance. One arm back, one leg up, and you're just making a diagonal line from your wrist to your knee. Now, can you reach back and grab that foot behind you? And lift. If you can't, just stay here or stay here. But if you can, now I'm going to have to come at this differently on my other side. You'll see. And release. Same thing on the other side, leg up. Now, I do not have the same kind of flexion on this knee, so it's not going to be very easy for me to go and grab my leg. I'm going to attempt it. But to do that, I have to bring my knee in and then go. Okay? It's okay to have limitations. The only thing is, how do you work around those limitations? Right? It's okay to have limitations, but how do you work around them? And then we're going to release. Back to all fours, separate those knees. Way open this time, toes together, back into your child's pose. Drop in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And all fours again. This time you're just going to cross one knee behind the other and rotate to settle yourself down on the ground and straddle the legs. So, if you do not have a mat, hopefully you're on a carpet, so you have some kind of cushion. If you don't have a carpet and you don't have a mat, go get a mat. Let me go back a little bit. If you don't have it today, just stay on the floor. As dancers, we had to do all our floor work on a hardwood floor without a mat, okay? We didn't die. It's not gonna kill you. Do what you can. Lock your knees, stretch through those inner thighs, and you're going to rotate your right shoulder to the middle of your body. And with the opposite palm, you're going to be pushing against the knee. So hold, inhale, push against that opposite leg, or it's the same arm, same leg. But you're moving away from it here. Deep breath, easy. All you want to do is feel the stretch through your groin, through those inner thighs. Lock your knees, point your toes. And now over to the other side. Again, palm against the knee. Rotate like you're perpendicular to your leg with your chest. And reach toward that ankle as you press through the other thigh. I don't care if you don't go low. And now come center and reach both hands towards the ankles and kind of jiggle your torso gently back and forth as you ride downward. It's almost like a swoop, swoop, swoop. And then I'm also trying to pick up my hips behind me as I swoop down. Now, if you can support yourself with your elbows on the ground. If you can go further and lower, just reach your arms out and walk your fingertips out further and further. At the same time, I'm trying to pick up my hips. You can probably see it in the mirror behind me, picking up my hips. Walk the fingertips to one leg. This time you're much lower. Try to align your rib cage through the inside of your leg. We're going to walk across to the other side. Same thing, you're trying to align your rib cage to the inside of your leg. Keep your opposite hip down. Don't let it come up. Push it down. And walk your fingertips center. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Now if you can't get down that low, where can you get down to? Where are you? Where's your max? Stay there and breathe into it. Trust me, the more you push yourself to where your limit is and then you stay in that field for a moment, your body starts saying, yeah, you're there because you're tight over here, you're too loose over there, so you're overcompensating. Your body will tell you why you're there and how to get out of it. But you gotta stop. Listen to your body and adjust according to what your body's telling you. Walk it back. Slowly bend the knees in. So, it's about 9 o'clock. I came on a little late today. I'm trying to get to you guys at 8. Sometimes I do it in-house, the studio, absolute best. Now I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I need to bring it live to you guys because a lot of people are so used to staying home these days and not going out somewhere. So, part of what we're doing at Absolute Best is we're gonna be creating online courses. So that's what we did today. And hopefully you guys will appreciate it. All you have to do is get online and check us out. I don't even know. Oh, you know what? I think I'm doing live stream on my personal profile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this over to the Absolute Best profile. You know what I'd love from you guys? I'm going to go ahead and shift it there somewhere down the line of the day. Can you guys go like my Absolute Best Facebook page? I would really appreciate that. That'll make it easier for me to come to you because if I have a reason to come, if more and more people like it, then I'm much more inspired to come and share with you, okay? I love doing this all by myself and not having to talk and just being all by me, but why don't I share this with you? It's such a great unfolding of the heart. I want to share it with as many people as I possibly can. It's too selfish to keep it to myself. All right, inhale, deep breath in, exhale. I want you to place your hands on your heart space. And can you listen to the beat of your heart and feel the palpitation against your thumbs? And can you slow your breath down so that it takes a long time to breathe in? And then at the very top of your breath, when you feel like you cannot take any more air in, hold it, sustain it, and suspended automation, and then let it go, and then push it out as much as you can until there's absolutely nothing left inside of you. You are a void. And when there's a void, automatically it is filled, and you'll see how your breath automatically comes back in again. So let's try that 3 times. Last breath. Palms to forehead, your mind's eye. Thank your body for being your vehicle to feel this energy this morning, right here, right now, through this vehicle, through this medium. Namaste. Don't forget, go like my absolute best one Facebook.